Hey folks, welcome back to Only Best Fancy Novels. My name is Robin, and today I want to talk about Peril's Gate by Janny Wurts, which is, I think, it is like the sixth or seventh book in the Wars of Light and Shadow. Sixth. It's the sixth. Um, and this is a very consequential installment that unfortunately also breaks the magic of the series to me. Like, this is about as close as it's possible for this book, for one of these books to become a miss for me without actually being a miss. Like I enjoyed the vast majority of this book. I just have one major problem with it, and we'll get into all of that. Um, it was bound to happen sooner or later. No one can keep up the streak that Johnny's been keeping up to date. Anyway, let's get into it. What is this book even about? It picks up directly after the events of the previous book. Like, Arton succeeded in his mission to Jalot, and he's now fleeing into the wilds with his dubious prize and the Alliance of Light hot on his heels. His only recourse, his only way to escape them, is the shattered remnants of an ancient seat of power. But the jaws of the trap are closing in on him, even as he desperately races to this location. And as a harsh winter settles on the land, Arton's luck may finally be completely running out. So, like I said, this is a very consequential book. Some of the events that happen in here have just seismic consequences, I should say, for how things are going to be moving forward. Like I said, this is Arthur's closest brush with the Alliance to date, and you can guarantee that not everyone is making it out of this one alive. For once, and even more unbelievably, despite everything that's already gone on between these two brothers, something happens in here that makes their relationship take an even darker twist. It's one more nail in the coffin at this point, but oh boy, is it a heavy nail that gets driven home. All that being said, it's not just continued despair without hope as most of the series has been, because I did think of something, I think a book or two back, that it seemed like a potential, it seemed like it had quite a lot of potential. I thought of it back when Arthur first displayed a particular skill, and in this book Janny more or less confirms that okay, that might be the direction that she'll take when it comes to resolving the gauge between these two brothers, if she is going to resolve it. Like I said, this is book 6. There's 11 books in the series. I'll know soon enough. All that being said, I just plain did not enjoy this book as much as I did any of the previous books in the series. And that feeling is almost entirely driven by what happens in the end. First, I'll talk about what I felt about the book before that part, though. Like, leading up into the part of the book that I had a major problem with, this was everything I enjoyed about Janny. The spectacular writing, the characterization, all of that. We had a very intense, a very fraught story being told, as Arton was pretty much on the back foot, fleeing just a hair's breadth ahead of the Alliance of Light in a desperate strait, with making desperate plans with his few allies to give himself a slim chance of escaping, like all that good stuff, all that stuff that results in just this fast-paced, action-packed tension that we enjoy in the series. And of course, there's Johnny's extremely descriptive writing in her style and all of that. Like, all of that is there to be enjoyed. Another aspect of the book leading into that event that really broke it for me, that I really enjoyed, is something that I've had. It's something that I've been waiting to see happen with Lysier. So, throughout the series so far, Lysier has made more darker and darker choices, all in the name of defeating Arthur. And he's always the Gesh, and his innocence of justice has always kind of been the justification, the driving force for why he does what he does. Like, even when he makes some absolute Dark Lord moves, like there is that morality, that logic that we can point to and say, okay, that's why he's doing this. This is not necessarily a decision that he makes completely on his own, uninfluenced to kind of pursue. Like, he's very much impacted by these parts of these traits of his personality then to make these choices. This book is the book where the line finally gets drawn, and we see Lysair make some choices surrounding Arthur and some of his allies that they just absolutely have no justification, no higher morality behind them to explain why he says what he says. Like, it's just straight up treachery. It's just straight up deceit. There's no sugarcoating it. There's no painting this in a way that makes him a victim in any way, shape, or form. Like, this is the book that finally draws the line when it comes to him. So there's that. Like, this is a moment I've been waiting to see, and when you get to it, you'll know exactly which moment I'm talking about. So that's one of the ways for me in which this book was consequential. And then, of course, there's the events surrounding, like I said, the relationship between these two brothers. Like, a lot of really dark stuff has already happened between them. There is an event in here that gives it an even darker twist, and it gives it an even darker twist, which is unbelievable at this point, but it somehow happens. So I feel like that will be another consequential moment, because even if you could find a way to apart to piece it, any of the others, like this one, it's going to be very hard to get over this one, if it's even possible. Like, I feel this is the kind of event that even if the gate were to be broken today, at this moment, is not something they would be able to put behind them. So there's that. And then we get to the point of the book that really broke the series, like my investment in this series to date, and it's the final sequence that Arthur goes through. Like, Arthur goes on. He goes almost on a spiritual journey at the end of this book, in which he's forced to confront his own conscience and the acts that he's perpetuated. And holy crap, was this thing tough to read. Like, this is pretty much reading Janny on 200% proof in terms of her descriptive style and the way that she has this almost operatic way of portraying their inner dialogue and these kind of things. It's dialed up, like I said. It's reading her in 200% proof. As if that wasn't bad enough, like, this event that Arthur goes through, it is very prolonged, to put it mildly. Like, it happens over quite a large page count, and after a while, it just became this incredible slog to go through. Like, every series has them. The Wheel of Time has an infamous slog. Other series, you probably know the slogs. This here is, I feel without a shadow of a doubt, this is probably going to be the slog of Wars of Light and Shadow. Like, I'm going to be very interested to see what other readers make of this when they get to this part. And if you have read this book, I will be very interested to see what you make of this part, the way this book ends. You know which sequence I'm talking about when it comes to Arthur. And the thing is, conceptually, it's really brilliant. I love the idea of the challenge that Arthur is forced to face here. It's just the way that it's executed that I just couldn't. It's the only way I could put it. But that being said, like, even setting that aside, like, I had a really good time with the vast majority of this book. Like, it's still very much a good installment into the series. It's just the one that finally broke me. I can say, like, it's the one that, like, okay, maybe the series isn't perfect. It is still a really, really good series, and I did immediately dive into Traitors Not. So the excitement is still very much there. But yeah, like, that's kind of my thoughts on Peril's Gate. If you've made it this far into the video, drop a comment, let me know your thoughts, especially if you've read this book. I'd love to know what you think of that ending sequence in Arthur in particular. I can't be the only one that feels like this. I did immediately message Joanna after I finished reading it. I was like, yo, what the hell was that ending? And yeah, so I know for sure I'm not the only one. But yeah, if you made it this far into the video, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.